Let's make a small batch of strawberry lemonade cookies that are perfect for spring. Hi bakers, it's Angela from Bake Angel and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all my latest baking and decorating videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my new flavors of cookies, which is a strawberry lemonade cookie. And we're also going to be making a small batch because I know sometimes a lot of you don't need that full batch of cookie dough. So let's go ahead and start the process. You can see I'm using my stand mixer to make my cookie dough today, and that's just because I find it easier to let that do the hard work rather than me holding an electric mixer instead. I've just started by mixing together my sugar and my plant-based butter. That's 50 grams of white sugar and 100 grams of room temperature plant-based butter. Once that's mixed together for a little bit, about 30 seconds, then I'm adding in my dry ingredients, which is 150 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of strawberry jello, which is the secret ingredients to give us that colour and also flavour, and half of a lemon. So I just zested the lemon. We've put half of the zest in there, the rest you could use for something else, and then just give that a mix together as well. Now the key when you're making cookies is to not overmix that cookie dough. If you do that, you have a tendency to actually overactivate the gluten in the dough, and that's going to cause your cookies to spread when they're baking. You also want to make sure that you weigh out all your ingredients as well, as that will ensure that you get the same results every time you use this recipe. So that's been mixed together nicely. You can see here it's a little bit crumbly. We're now going to add our final ingredient, which is 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and that's going to help give it that extra citrusy flavor. Now I'm a huge fan of strawberry lemonade, especially as spring rolls around as well, and these are perfect cookies whether you want to eat them as they are, or even if you want to decorate them with something like royal icing or even buttercream or fondant. Okay, now you see that my cookie dough has come together really nicely. This is the general rule of thumb of how to know when your dough is done. It clumps together, and when you roll it into a ball, it just rolls out really nice and smoothly on your hand. So that's always the great test to check the consistency of your cookie dough. Now we're going to go ahead and roll it out, and this is my preferred method for rolling out. I like to pop a silicone mat on my counter, then I'll put some parchment paper on top of that. Now the mat underneath is to stop that parchment paper sliding around when we're rolling out. And then I'm going to use my guide sticks, which is my trusty paint stirrers. If you've seen any of my other cookie videos, you'll know that I love using these to get the same depth of cookie every time. And they're free from the hardware store too, so it's one less tool that you need to buy for your cookie equipment. Go ahead and pop your dough down, cover it with more parchment paper, and then roll it out, making sure that you're putting the pressure on the rolling pin where the guide sticks are. And then you can go ahead and start cutting out your cookie dough. So for this, I'm using a 3-inch heart cookie cutter. You can get about 16 cookies from this batch of cookie dough. And then once your shapes are cut, just go ahead and peel off all those offcuts. You'll notice that I just lightly roll them up, and then I'll pop them in a bowl and put them to one side, and I'll actually reuse my offcuts at the end once I've rolled out the rest of the dough. Let's move those sticks aside. We're now going to add them to our baking pan. I'm just using a regular cookie sheet here lined with parchment paper. I'm going to pop them on. Make sure you do leave a little bit of a gap in between them for airflow. That helps with the baking process as well. Then you want to pop them in your oven at 325 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. And this is what they look like when they come out. Now you can see here, I've got a couple of different ones that have a white coating on them that I baked onto the cookies just to give a vintage design. If you want to check out my video on that, you can click on the link above. And other than that, that's our cookies made. So really nice and easy, no spread at all, and they baked up beautifully. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to check out my other cookie videos and also my decorating tips as well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.